Hi Pisces, welcome to your 2025 astrology. All those materials that are here you will get for free in the link in the description box. I am trying to give a quick overview of all the major events that are going to happen this year for you. This is for Pisces Sun and Pisces Rising especially, but it can be used for Pisces Moon as well. At the left you can see the AstroWheel chart with all the planetary movements during the whole year. You can get those materials in the description box. You can print those and you can follow along with me here if you are interested, or you can just look at the screen. I will be pointing with this pen the areas I will be looking at. Okay, starting with the timeline. This is from January till December. We have 4 eclipses that will happen in your sign and the sign of Virgo. Nodes will change signs in the beginning of the year in January 2025, but we started to see that first preview of those eclipses. It happened in your sign, in your first house. The eclipse that happened in Pisces in September 2024. So you might have gotten some preview or some changes there regarding how you relate to yourself and others, especially relationships, one-on-one relationships, and on your perspectives, life views, and so on. But those themes will be very emphasized during the next 18 months. While the eclipses will happen in your sign and Virgo as well. But there's one last eclipse that happens from the last cycle of eclipses in Aries and Libra. It will happen on the end of March. It will be eclipse on the sign of Aries. It is your second house, the house of your earned income, on how you make money, your house of confidence as well. Those eclipses have been happening here for quite some time, but I will go back later there. Just looking at the timeline now. As we can see, Mercury will go retrograde here on March, during spring season, also during summer, July, and also late autumn as well. On November 9th till November 29th, as we can see in the timeline in the screen. But this is not new. Mercury going retrograde. It goes retrograde every year, but it will be on different elements, and it will be into water and fire elements during those retrogrades. What is new is Venus goes retrograde this year. It happens not every year. It happens after 1.5 years. Also, Mars will be retrograde. It happens every 2 years almost. Those will be retrograde. The year will enter with Mars being retrograde as well. Jupiter will change signs, will move into the sign of Cancer. And this is not new. Every year Jupiter changes signs, but what is something different is that Saturn, for the first time, will change signs as well, will move into Aries, and it has been into Pisces since March 7th, 2023. Uranus as well will change sign since it has been into the sign of Taurus since 2018. Neptune as well since 2011. So these are major cosmic events that don't happen frequently. And Pluto will continue its journey into the sign of Aquarius. It will not change signs until 2044. So this is the timeline if you want to have a quick reference, but mostly I want to focus on the AstroWheel here. So as you can see, this is your AstroWheel, and I will begin with Mars. So starting the year, Mars will be retrograde in the sign of Leo, and after 1 week it will move into the sign of Cancer. What does it mean? So it will be moving from your 6th house to your 5th house. Now, Mars started its retrograde period since the first week of December. Maybe some problems you had with co-workers or people you work with, or people that report to you, colleagues. And this might have been some themes that might continue until the first week of January. Also, you have to be more aware of your physical health and not get into activities that are dangerous, because Mars rules injuries as well. And being in the 6th house, you have to be more aware and more careful. It will move to the sign of Cancer on, I think, January 6th. It is the house of true love, of especially if you are single and dating. You might get to know somebody, or somebody from the past. An ex might come back, and themes might come up, especially an ex with whom you parted ways not in a very harmonious way. If you are currently with somebody dating, if you have met somebody new, you have to be aware of the communication, because either this person becomes very conflictual, very impulsive, and it affects you, or the relationship in general with them is a bit tense. And if none of you is tolerating or trying to find that middle way, this might result in separation as well. So you need to be aware of that. Mars will continue this phase because after it goes direct at the end of February, it has its shadow period as well. And I think the first half of the year will be with this energy of Mars retrograde, but it's not all that bad, because after that you will have the helping hand of Jupiter that will move into the sign of Cancer. It is your 5th house, and whatever problems that you might have had, especially with an important person, especially if you will continue to be in a relationship with them, you will have passed that test successfully, and things will get much, much better. That's why it's very important not to jump into conclusions or rush decisions during the first half of 2025. Jupiter will move into the sign of Cancer, your 5th house. If you're looking to start a family, having children, this is also very lucky for pregnancy if you're looking for that, or you need to be aware of that if you are not looking for that. Also, it's very important to focus into any hobby that you might have left out, because it will bring much more happiness to you. You will rediscover a hobby that that was left there in the dust and you didn't know it existed there, or you were not putting much focus there. Also, if you have children, this will be very harmonious period of communication, relationship with them. Also, they might have a very successful period during this period from June 2025 till June 2026. A very successful one for them as well if you have children. Okay. Now, what else is important here? As I said, the last eclipse in the axis Libra and Aries will happen at the end of March. It is the house of your earned income and the shared finances. So the money you share with others, like your partner, business partner, or romantic partner, or if you are into investments, debts, or taxes. Those themes might have been very focused since, I think, fall 2023, when the eclipses in Aries and Libra started. These are the houses that have been affected, but this is the last chapter that is going to happen with that eclipse in Aries at the end of March. The eclipses then move into your sign and the sign of Virgo, your opposite sign. Eclipse is happening here for 18 months. It is a period where sometimes you will try to focus into yourself. Other times you are trying to focus into being into a relationship or focusing too much into the needs of others. It's very important to get some balance between those both, because you want to fine-tune that relationship on one side, not focusing too much onto oneself and neglecting your partner, or not being too comfortable, or not giving always and not getting back, or being in that one-sided connection where you are just giving and not taking back. That is very important to have in mind as well. So if that happens, you have to have some boundaries, firm, clear boundaries there, and communicate that with your partner. Now, some of you might say that you don't have a romantic partner right now. You may have one, and it will be very important. This is some marriage as well, if you're looking for that, or if you are in a relationship. So if you are single, you might meet a very important person and you may marry them during this period of time. Or if you are in a relationship with somebody, this might be long term, it doesn't matter, or the person, important person that you might have met, this connection will be tested. And if in its foundation it's not solid, there might be some separation as well. And this is for your own good, in order not to be in a connection that is not healthy. Okay, so those will be the themes of you and them, you and one-on-one relationships. Let's talk about Saturn, that will be moving into the sign of Aries. Neptune as well will be moving into the sign of Aries. So Saturn entered your sign on March 7th, 2023. This might have been a problematic period from that time frame until now. You might have gotten more serious about your life. Something might have happened during this period around relationships. And some of you got possibly more pessimistic or had to work more on yourself. But you will get some relief around the period of Saturn moving to your second house, where you will get some relief from that, feeling a bit more optimistic and focusing more on your finances, and especially restructuring there how you earn and spend money. Some of you need to be careful with that. With Saturn moving there, it needs you to be aware on how you spend your money. Neptune will be moving there as well, so some of you might be on to making very expensive purchases that you might not need, or being too idealistic and not very grounded on how you spend your money, or thinking, okay, I will continue to make good money. I don't need to worry about that. I should enjoy life. But it's very important to be grounded and practical and manage your finances very well, or consult a financial advisor if it is necessary. Venus will go retrograde as well into your sign and into the house of your finances during the spring season from March 2nd till April 13th. And this is a time where you might get an ex back, or you will be reminded of the relationship that you had with them from some external circumstances. So on the outside environment, something happening there that will make you think about that relationship that you had, or this past person coming back and you needing to discuss, or having that closure that is needed there. And also some self-reflection about finances as well, if you are making plans on important things like changing location. And why do I say that? It is because Uranus will be moving into your fourth house at the end of May. So some of you might change location, and it's very important that to be aware of any change in dynamics in relationships with your parents, or your parents go through some changes in their lives. And as well, inside your family, a relationship between family members might go with ups and downs. So something to be aware of. This is a transit that lasts a long time, so 7 years, but it will be for a quick period of time during 2025, because it will go back into the sign of Taurus on November 2025. So some of you might need to change location, or the relationship with one of your parents has some dynamic changes, or maybe you will make some changes or redecoration or reconstructive work at your house, something like that. That's why I said that you might be looking on how you are investing or making money, because you might be planning for some move as well. Okay, what else do I have here? I think I covered all. Pluto will not change signs, so it will continue into your 12th house, where this is a period, a long period, till 2044, where you will be focusing, some of you are into spirituality, astrology, tarot, or just into your subconscious. Pluto will uncover everything that is very deep inside into your subconscious that might have been undermining your success in general. Some of you might be working with a therapist as well, but all those themes, subconscious patterns that might have blocking your success, will become obvious, and you need to work on those themes as well. Overall, this is a very dynamic and interesting year, but I think very positive as well. So it's not all bad, it is balanced. So we have all sides, the two sides of the same coin here. So it's important to focus on the good, positive outlook, especially when I look at this chart here with Saturn being the first house. You might have gotten very realistic, very pragmatic, more grounded, with the feet on the ground here. And that has helped a lot, I think, since 2023. And it will be no problem for you about how you will manage all those themes that will be coming in 2025, but the years that come after that as well, because Neptune makes a preview, Uranus as well, Saturn as well. It is just a preview, but the full movement to those new houses for them, new signs, will happen in 2026. Okay, Pisces, this was your video for 2025 astrology. I hope this was helpful. And you can get, again, all the materials for free in the link in the description box below. Also the free moon calendar if you are interested. I wish you all the best for 2025, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.